Well, hello, it's Friday, the 13th. Oh, my goodness, it's a Friday the 13th. Well, maybe you don't know. I gotta move this. I'm not superstitious. And if I understand correctly, that the number 13 is a power number and was loaded with the BS about it on purpose. Happy Friday 13th. I really enjoyed meeting Jerry King online a few days ago. Obviously, a really nice person. The kind of people that I like to surround myself with. A decent human being. And obviously, like me, a never Trumper. Yeah, I think everyone needs to speak out against the madness of Donald Trump's attempt to get back in power again, because he won't let it go, and he has no intention of doing the right thing for the people. Very selfish. I hope that some of you folks consider buying this CD. There's no money in it for me. That's not what it's about. I'm proud to be a part of the group that made this CD. Happy to know Jerry. Really glad that he got a hold of me. Cheers again. And thank goodness for decent artists speaking up to help get the message out that we have a madman, a seriously demented person trying to get back in office. Bravo, Taylor Swift. Thank you, Linda Ronstadt, for the letter that she wrote after hearing that Trump was speaking at a place that's named after her or has her name on the building, something to that degree. They're eating cats. They're eating dogs. They're eating the pets. Man is motherfucking nuts. Come on, y'all. Don't get mad at me because I'm telling the truth. Don't come over here acting foolish. Your name ain't Trump. Don't be stupid. Yeah, your people are stupid and selfish to still be following Trump. He's selfish, full of hate, full of some sort of negative agenda. I'll speak out. I will. So let me see if I still have the letters. Someone just sent me a CD of some music that I did not know about. And Valentin S. just sent you a Bandcamp. So I was sent this first in an email, a link to Bandcamp, a digital download, and then yesterday I received a physical copy of this CD. I didn't keep the package, so I don't remember the name of the person, but thank you. I don't know about everything, so I didn't know about this. This is Biljana Vouchkova with Michael Thiek, Blurred Music. This came out in 2018. It's produced by David Sylvian, who is an artist that I like a lot and have kind of follow. I didn't know anything about this. This is interesting. It's a 3 CD set. It's a duet between violin. Is it viola or violin? Violin, voice, and clarinet. The artwork is by David Sylvian, which is kind of cool. I like that. This is deep listening because it's 3 long pieces. I think there's a couple of short pieces, but the main thing here is these 3 50-minute duets. And it's like, it kind of reminds me of Ellen Fullman with her the long instrument, where it's just a single like guitar strings, or strings that are bowed and they're long. And this just, I looked her up, she's got a background, Biljana. She's got some technique too. And that's a big part of what's going on here. It's not a melodic thing going on this. It's a sound thing. And I appreciate it. Thank you. This is the sort of thing that I can't know about all this stuff. It's impossible. But it's of the ilk of the sort of artist that I'm on the Low End album with, the 5 years at Low End. Many of those folks like Pamela Z, and at Eviction, and even more Mother, the way that she works with sound. This is in that wheelhouse. This is really wonderful. Thank you so much for sending that to me. People are so kind. Cheers. So, I'll just recap what's sitting out, because I'm back at work in my studio. And I don't have anything for Jerry King yet, but I am excited about the idea of, in many ways, returning the favor, even though it's not. I've had Dave Newhouse on a track. Let me see about trying to get Jerry on something. But some music sitting out that got played, a CD. Ian McCulloch from Echo and the Bunnymen. I pulled this because it's like a lot of stuff. Actually, my CDs in my collection, in a way, is dated. You can see where I was buying a lot of music up into the early 2000s. There's not a lot of brand new CDs, except for what I get to review. And this one goes back to 90, or the 80s. 1992. Lover, Lover, Lover was the radio song off of this. I like his voice, number one, which is why he is so well regarded. He has a beautiful voice, but he could actually write. And that's what I like about people with talent, is when they don't get lazy and they keep writing good songs. Some people just keep cranking it out and repeating themselves. And I like Slayer, but Slayer got to the point where they were just rehashing the same idea. And it was like, well, I don't need to make another record unless you come up with something new. Unlike Meshuggah, who keep reinventing themselves somehow, pushing their bar. I'm very, very impressed by that. Another CD I started to play but didn't get far because I wasn't in the mood. This is the Tuban Throat Singer. Out of Tuba, Sanko. Sanko is how you say her name. I love stuff like this, and it's like, I have to kind of be in the mood. Music from all over the world. Sanko, Tuban. This is a mix of folk and modern sounds. This is good. The last single that I showed in the 7-Up group, because I like that group, even though I think the group is kind of strange. I'll just leave it at that. It's interesting, some of the people, what they post. All this old Elvis. But AC/DC, I got this as a promo years ago, even though it's not a promo, it's actual release, but I got it for free years ago. Rock and Roll Train. So I posted that. I like AC/DC, but they're one of those groups that, especially here in Nebraska, they play them on the radio way too much. Way too much AC/DC, too much Eagles, too much Led Zeppelin. way too much, constantly. So besides the work, I got into a Jag yesterday and listened all the way through to some Death Grips. I like Death Grips. And it's, there again, a band where I have to be careful. I'm going to show it, but I got to do it. This is No Love Deep Web, which I was able to find used. It actually has some heat damage to it, but you can't hear it. Thank goodness you can see it. This plays well. Zach Hill, who's on drums, and that's his pecker on the cover. Again, in the face, provocative, but the beats and the backing tracks of the vocals are, I think, stunning, very inventive. The rapping, the speaking sounds many times like it's cathartic, stream of consciousness. Some things I kind of pick up on where it's like, I feel that. Other things, it's like, this is just some crazy shit. But as a total picture, musically, I like Death Grips. This is a bootleg because it's really hard to find an original for affordable, ex-military. And when this first came out, I noticed there was a buzz about it, but I didn't bother until later. Found this used. I knew it was a bootleg, but I got it. This is good, and you can hear from their start where this is a charged particle. We'll go scientific for you. These guys are definitely raising some energy, have some dynamic ideas, and the use of obvious, well-known samples or songs as samples on here is cool. I don't recognize everything, but the Magma jumps out, the Pink Floyd, David Bowie, those I remember to mention. The way they're used on here is pretty cool. Ex-military, Death Grips. I also played this 12-inch single by John Hassel, where it's some remixes of Voice Print. This came out in the 90s. This is where they even made a promo video for this. And I just want to see what the date of this is. I gotta look it up here. What's my peepers? Right at 1990. I knew it. I knew it was just right back then. Rest in peace, John Hassel. He is what an original voice on the trumpet. His Fourth World's music concept, brilliant, I think. And I use the John Hassel patch in my DAW, my digital audio workstation. I use it on the track that's on the Low End album that I'm on. I used the John Hassel trumpet patch for the solo on there. It's a neat, unique sound. Not yesterday, but a few days ago, the record that I played, because sometimes I'll only listen to 1 or 2 records a day. Sometimes not that even. But Italian progressive rock from the 70s, Diddilind. I've looked up this title. It's a very long title. I've looked it up, but I've forgotten what it is already. This is cool. I love the Italian school of progressive rock because they were mixing it up very nicely. Folk, classical, rock and roll elements, in a unique blend. I don't know. Again, a lot of times I don't need to know what they're singing about. It's the total picture. De Lind. Very cool. And another one, because I was in the D's section. I was in the D's, which are out in the kitchen. So Death Grips, and right before that, Deadbeats. 666-1313, lenticular cover. Call me. The Deadbeats have a collectible single on the Danger House label. I used to have it, Kill the Hippies. That's another one where it's like I regret selling that. It's worth money now. It was, and I like it too. I liked it. Why did I sell it? I've already gone through this. This is cool. So this is like a concept album. And it almost plays like a film noir stage act. I didn't follow the entire narrative, but there is one here. It's adult. And musically, it's like a film noir, kind of slightly jazzy, slightly progressive, but in a dour way. Fitting with the totally black cover, and we sure do. To have the choice between dark and light in life, we sure do seem to like to choose a lot of darkness. We certainly have chosen often to entertain ourselves with the darkness and destructive things. And I can get into it a little bit, but that's partly why I'm not into horror movies, and I can only watch so much action films because it's always the same. Some kind of destruction dilemma, some negative energy. Somebody wants something and they're going to hurt people to get it. Stuff like that. And we're eternally entertained by it. Really? Still? I like some goodness. Not some fake Hallmark card bullshit, but just... I can remember days as a child when there would be moments, or even almost full days, where life seemed ideal. And what I mean by that is that my encounters with people were positive. The energy in the air, as far as I could tell as a child, was wonderful. People were getting along. And the atmosphere was not like it is right now. The atmosphere that we live in, psychically, the energy and the electricity that we're putting up into the air, very confused. Very, very blurred. We can do better, but that's why I say the things I do. It's because somebody wants something, and because someone has an advantage financially and economically and resource-wise that they'll hang on to and let the rest of us die slowly outside the gates, outside the castle walls. It's wrong. Why would anyone want that except for the people who benefit from it? I don't benefit from it. All these stupid, uneducated Trumpers don't benefit from. There's no trickle down. The other thing I listen to, this person has sent me several records. Let's see. Salon Kingsador, and this is cool. Instant Compositions. This is neat. This is a each one of these is one of a kind covers where that's been glued on. You can see these are individually done, the front and the back. Oh man, and the cover is, this is one where I'm taking it out right now for the last time because it's splitting. These are handmade. Even the labels here I can see are were stamped, hand stamped. Instant Compositions, Salon Kingsador. This is good. It's good. So I see that the Beat Tour has started, and Boris, who follows and watches regularly, let us know that he went to see them last night, and there's already a clip from the show online already, so I will watch that when I'm done here. And that's the nice thing about the internet, even though it's also not so nice about people with their damn phones at concerts. But you can see everything through the internet. Don't even have to go pay all that money to go to a show. Just watch it online. So we check that out. Okay. Earthquakes and fires in California. Hope my family is okay. Hope you're okay. Stay in touch. Have a good weekend.